Hello everyone, I want to welcome you back. Can solar power really run an ice block factory in Nigeria? Myths, realities, and the size of operation that makes sense. If you know me very well, I have been talking about ice block business for over 5 years on this YouTube channel. And I can make the boast to say that as far as ice block business is concerned and content creation about ice block business, I am number one. So now we have talked about ice block business using generator, using prepaid, and using other means of powering in areas where there's no power supply. Actually, if there is power supply, ice block will not sell much because everybody will have power supply to work with or to use to freeze their freezer or their fridges. So the solution now at the moment is solar, because solar power is free. But the question now is that can solar power really run an ice block factory in Nigeria? As fuel prices continue to rise and public electricity remains unreliable, many Nigerians interested in the ice block business are asking the same question. Can solar power really run an ice block factory in Nigeria? The short answer is yes, and I've made a video about this 2 years ago and about a year ago, but not always in the way many people imagine it. The internet is filled with claims that solar can power virtually anything. On the other hand, some skeptics insist that solar is completely unsuitable for ice production because of the huge power requirements involved. The truth lies somewhere between these two extremes. In this video, I will separate myth from reality and examine the scale of ice block production that can realistically be powered by solar energy in Nigeria. Now the question is, why the interest in solar ice block production? I've said part of this before. The ice block business is one of the few ventures that enjoys steady demand throughout the year. Ice blocks are used by fish sellers in the markets, beverage vendors, event organizers, cold chain operators, poultry and livestock farmers, rural communities without refrigeration. Traditionally, most ice block producers rely on generators or grid electricity. However, rising diesel and petrol prices, especially with the Strait of Hormuz issue coming up from the war in Iran with Israel and USA, have significantly increased production costs. Many operators are therefore considering solar energy as a long-term solution. Myth number one, solar power is free. This is something that people say. One of the biggest misconceptions is that solar energy is free. While sunlight itself is free and is given by nature and is given by God, and in fact in biology we are told that the sun is the ultimate source of energy on the earth because it provides energy to plants, and then plants use the energy to make food, and then animals can get food from plants, and in that case energy is being circulated. So while sunlight itself is free, a solar powered ice block factory requires solar panels, inverters, batteries, charge controllers, electrical protection systems, installation and maintenance. A solar system capable of running a commercial ice block operation may cost several millions of naira. The reality is that solar reduces operating costs after installation, but it does not eliminate costs entirely. Number two thing that people misunderstand about the solar is that any solar system can run an ice block machine. Many entrepreneurs believe that if a solar system can power a house, it can power an ice block machine also. This is not correct. Ice block machines use refrigeration compressors that require substantial electrical power, especially during startup. A small household solar installation may run lights, fans, televisions, laptops, but it may struggle to operate industrial freezers, cold rooms, ice block machines. The solar system must be properly sized for the refrigeration load. The number three misconception about the solar is that solar eliminates the need for batteries. Some people assume that solar panels alone can power an ice block factory. Unfortunately, ice production often continues early in the morning, late in the evening, during cloudy weather, during the rainy season. Without batteries or alternative backup systems, production can become inconsistent. This is because when there's no sunlight, the solar will not continue working, and then there will not be there will not be power energy for the solar panel if there's no battery to store what was made during when the sunlight was there. So without batteries or alternative backup systems, production can become inconsistent. For most commercial operations in Nigeria, batteries remain a critical component. The number 4 misconception about solar and ice block is that people believe that solar works equally well everywhere. Solar performance depends on geographic location, weather conditions, season, panel orientation, and then shading. Northern Nigeria generally enjoys better solar radiation than southern coastal regions. However, virtually all parts of Nigeria receive sufficient sunshine to make solar economically attractive if the system is properly designed. The reality is that solar can run an ice block factory or an ice block machine or an ice block business. The important question is not whether solar can run an ice block factory. The real question is what size of ice block factory can solar power economically? The answer depends on production scale. Small scale operations, daily production for small scale is 50 to 100 blocks. Typical customers are neighborhood retailers, small fish sellers, local beverage vendors. Then the solar feasibility for this is very high. This is where solar shines. A properly designed system with moderate solar array, lithium battery tank, lithium battery bank, efficient ice block machine can successfully meet production requirements. Many small operators can potentially run entirely on solar energy. The advantages of this is that there's low operating cost, there's reduced generator dependence, there's faster return on investment, and then the challenges are initial capital requirements. Then medium scale operations, daily production 100 to 500 ice blocks. Typical customers are markets, event planners or suppliers, event suppliers, multiple distributors. The solar feasibility is moderate to high. Solar can still play a major role. However, the required system size becomes significantly larger. At this level, many successful businesses adopt a hybrid model involving solar energy, battery storage, generator backup. This approach provides reliability while reducing fuel consumption. The advantages of this is that there's lower fuel expenses, improved profitability. The challenges is larger battery bank, higher installation cost. Large-scale commercial operations, the daily production for large-scale commercial operations is more than 500 ice blocks. The typical customers are major distributors, industrial users, regional supply networks. Then the solar feasibility for this is possible but very expensive. Technically, solar can power large-scale ice production. Economically, however, the required investment may be substantial. The system may require larger solar farms, extensive battery storage, industrial-grade inverters. For many large operators, a hybrid arrangement is more practical. So please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe, because I'm bringing you real value. I'm having sleepless nights just to bring you real value. So please like this video, share link on this video with family and friends, and keep coming back for more content on this channel. I want to make a shout out to members on my channel. Number 1 on the list is Lara Lawi. I want to thank you for your membership. I also thank Amina Idris, who recently joined the membership on my channel. You also can join, and I can make a shout out for you like this, and then you can be getting premium content that is not available to everybody right there on my channel if you join my membership. Membership is different from just subscribing to the channel. Check below in the title section of this video, you see join. Then follow the steps, and then pronto, you are going to become a member on this channel. Economically, as I've said, the required investment may be substantial for the large one. The system may require large solar farms, extensive battery storage, industrial grade inverters. For many large operators, a hybrid arrangement is more practical. This often combines solar energy during the day, grid electricity when available, generator backup during peak demand. The economics. Where solar makes sense, solar becomes most effective, most attractive when electricity supply is unreliable, fuel prices are high, production is consistent throughout the year, long-term operation is planned. So you use solar if you are planning a long-term operation, not just that you want to do the business for 1 year or 6 months and stop. You plan that you want to do the business for like 5 to 10 years. So you can invest in solar and then you can be able to recoup back your capital while you can also use the solar for other purposes. An operator producing ice for several years may recover the solar investment through savings of fuel and generator maintenance. However, operators who underestimate energy requirements often end up spending more money than necessary. There was an individual that I introduced to the ice block business, and then she was supposed to go through the person I link up with her or look for a very reliable person. Then she found the person far away. She is in the southwest, the person is in the southeast. Then she asked the person to make the machine for her, and the person made it and sent the machine. When the machine came, it worked for a few days and stopped working. Now, the person that made the machine is in the southeast, but she is in the southwest. If he is going to come to maintain it, it is a long distance. It's not even a day's journey. And then because of this, eventually the machine packed up. It didn't serve its purpose. That is why I advise people, even though I give you a recommendation of people that you can contact to help you with solar, with ice block machine, with different things, I still insist that go within your neighborhood, in your surrounding, or around where you are, in the state where you are, go and do the legwork. Go and find out people. Go and see people who are already doing this business, and then study what they are doing. Interact with them. Let them guide you, and let them use. And then use people that help them to design their own machine, so that it will be easy for you to assess the people that will help you in maintenance. So, operating cost. Operators who underestimate energy requirements often end up spending more money than necessary. The hidden factor is machine efficiency. Many people focus solely on solar panels. A more important consideration is the efficiency of the ice block machine itself. An inefficient machine can consume far more electricity than a modern energy efficient unit. So, as of today, I will advise you, don't go and buy used machine and start running using solar with it, because that used machine has been designed to use the municipal power supply produced by NEPA or by PACM. So by so doing, it's drawing a large chunk of energy. In that case, it's designed to draw a large chunk of energy. But the machines they are doing with solar in mind now is not going to draw so much energy like that. Like the one I saw last week is using 4 horsepower machine, and 4 horsepower machine, and it can be used with solar. So it's designed purposefully for that. Before investing in solar, entrepreneurs should evaluate compressor efficiency. I just said that now. Refrigerant type, insulation quality, freezing cycle duration. Like the machine I saw last week in Ilorin is going to freeze in 12 hours instead of 24 hours. So that is a good one for you using your solar. Improving machine efficiency often reduces solar system cost significantly. Should you go fully solar? That is the question. Should you just use only solar, not use any other thing? For most Nigerians ice block businesses, the answer is not immediately. A hybrid system is usually safer and more economical. This allows operators to reduce fuel consumption, maintain production during cloudy periods, protect against equipment failure, scale gradually. Many successful businesses start with solar-assisted production and expand solar capacity over time. My final verdict or conclusion is that, can solar power really run an ice block factory in Nigeria? Yes, that is the answer. However, the answer depends on the size of the operation and the quality of the equipment and the amount of capital available. For small-scale producers, solar can often provide nearly all required energy. For medium-scale businesses, solar can substantially reduce operating costs when combined with batteries and backup power. For large-scale commercial operators, solar remains technically feasible, but is usually most effective as part of a hybrid energy strategy. The biggest mistake entrepreneurs make is believing that solar is either a miracle solution or a complete waste of money. The reality is that solar is a powerful business tool when properly designed, properly sized, and integrated into a realistic production model. Before purchasing any solar system, always calculate your machine's actual power consumption and match the solar installation to your production goals, not to marketing promises. So I believe that you have gained value from this video at this time, where I was talking to you about the question, can solar power really run an ice block factory in Nigeria? So you have seen the errors that people make in this, and we have seen how it can be run. If you have any question or comment, or you have a particular question, ask it in the comment section and I will come up and respond to it with another video like this. Until I come your way in the next one, have a good day and be profitable.